welcome to our first broadcast of the semester. It is now just past 12:30 p.m., February 8th. I'm Kathleen Sundin with your Cardinal News.
And I'm Nina Leyva. Yesterday, the Maybe Library staff held an event called the Human Library. We go to Megan Lazaga, who has more on the story.
I'm here at the Maybe Library where they are hosting the Human Library event where all the books talk. Let's go check it out.
My name's Sophia Gilmore. I am a junior and I'm a government major.
What is your goal with this event?
The goal of the event, the reason that I kind of love it, as a government major, is because I think in this political climate, it can be difficult for people on different sides of the aisle to sit down and talk to one another. And I think that the Human Library kind of provides a political vacuum where you can ask questions and have a really respectful discourse with people that really represent issues and topics that matter to all of us and affect all of us.
I'm here with Sam, who just got done talking to some of the books. What book was it that you checked out today?
I talked with Sonia, who was the Muslim book.
And how was that? Did you learn anything new?
Yeah, I learned quite a bit. She talked a lot about her life and kind of the struggles that she's had to go through growing up.
What's something that you can take away from this experience as a whole?
Well, I think it's just important to hear perspectives of other people that come from backgrounds that you don't. There are definitely a lot of things talking to Sonia today that I learned that I would have never known if I hadn't talked to somebody who's had those experiences.
This event was very eye-opening. If you missed it, there's always next year. I'm Megan Lazaga, signing off for UIWtv News.
Wow, looks like the Human Library was quite a success. Thanks, Megan.
On another note, be sure to mark your calendars for February 14th. Not only is it Valentine's Day, but it also happens to be Ash Wednesday, and it is also Frederick Douglass's birthday. It's more importantly that it's his 200th birthday. If you are unaware, Frederick Douglass is one of the most important abolitionists in American history. He is mostly credited for his 1845 autobiography, Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave. In his book, he recounts his life from being born into slavery to his escape to the North when he was only 20 years old. From American slave to American author, his legacy is one of the many examples of why we celebrate Black History Month in this country. In honor of Black History Month, the Smithsonian, the Colored Convention, and the National Museum of African American History and Culture are sponsoring an event in the Maybe Library Auditorium from 12 to 3 p.m., where a live feed from the Smithsonian's birthday celebration will play, and all who attend will receive free birthday cake in honor of Douglass. Not only are you getting to experience a historical moment, but you also get free cake. How fun is that?
Very cool. Hope to see you guys there. Now we bring you news from here and around the world, thanks to CNN News Source. On Sunday, Randall Margraves joined two of his daughters in court for their statements to the former USA gymnastics team, Dr. Larry Nassar. After they spoke their piece, Margraves decided to make a statement of his own, saying to the judge, quote, "I would ask you as a part of the sentencing to grant me 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon," unquote. The judge denied the request, and as a result, Margraves took matters into his own hands and lunged at Nassar. Being only a mere few feet away from Nassar, the cops swooped in, putting Margraves in a headlock, eventually cuffing him and arresting him. He returned later in the day to apologize to the court. Since then, Nassar has, of Monday, received an additional 40 years to his 125-year sentence, making his current prison term 165 years.
On Saturday, January 20th, Democratic members of Congress called for a filibuster, which is when a member or members of the government decide to speak for a long period of time in order to keep certain decisions, like DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, alive. This led to a government shutdown which lasted until Monday, January 22nd. During that time, members of the government, such as the military and the FBI, did not get paid. However, members of Congress and the president still got paid. Today, it is still unclear whether the government will shut down at midnight. All we know is that a bipartisan deal in Congress has been made regarding spending, and that President Trump has incited that, quote, "I'd love to see us shut down if we don't get this stuff taken care of. If we have to shut it down because the Democrats don't want safety, then shut it down," unquote.
On Sunday, February 4th, around 2:35 a.m., an Amtrak train in South Carolina was barreling down the wrong track when it collided with a freight train, injuring 116 people and killing Amtrak engineer Michael Kemp and conductor Michael Sella. As far as we know, the main issue lies in the switch that helped line up and lock the car to go a route, bypass traffic. Be sure to follow CNN News coverage for further updates on this tragic event. This has been your UIWtv News, but don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned for your entertainment scoop.
Hey there, Cardinals, and welcome to UIWtv Entertainment, where we keep you updated on what's happening on campus and around the beautiful San Antonio area. I'm your host, Emily Escobar. First, I want to say welcome back to the spring semester. We are one step closer to spring break and a small step closer to summer. Let's talk about one of the events that kicked off the semester. Campus Engagement held a block party under the bleachers. If you guys didn't have the chance to go, I will say that you missed out on great music and some pretty good food trucks. Let's go to Victoria Escalante, who was at the event.
UIWtv, this is Victoria. We're here tonight at the block party. Let's see how it's going. What do you guys think about the block party so far?
I like it a lot.
Do you? What about you?
The block parties be nice. A lot of people come together at the campuses. It's a nice thing to do to have people come together and socialize, but we need more support on campus. That's a nice thing to do.
What's your favorite truck so far, your food truck?
I'm liking the dessert truck. It's really popular right now. So.
What is your all's favorite food so far?
The sliders over there, they nice.
Sliders? What about you?
I like eating all the food. It's really good.
It was so much fun. For more events like this, be sure to check out the Campus Activities Board for more. This is Victoria signing off.
Thank you, Victoria. Recently, UIW had an incident via email where almost the entire school, faculty, and even some alumni were involved. A large amount of people were accidentally added into an email thread where students had the chance to be humorous and pretty much say whatever they wanted. Some students were annoyed while others took advantage of the situation to share memes, their social media handles, and thoughts on what was going on. I have no idea how it got started, but it was pretty funny and I'm sure it gave some people a laugh. Now, let's move on to something a bit more exciting. If you haven't heard by now, Kylie Jenner is officially a mom to a beautiful baby girl. The birth of her baby girl was revealed after she posted an apology on Instagram to her fans, explaining that she wanted to keep her pregnancy private to avoid any stress that could have affected the baby. On February 4th, an 11-minute video was posted on YouTube titled, "To Our Daughter," where Kylie, her friends, and her family shared her pregnancy journey over the last 9 months. The reveal of the baby's name was officially announced through Instagram 3 days ago, where we learned the baby's name is Stormy Webster. I want to congratulate Travis Scott and Kylie on this new journey, and I wish many blessings to little Stormy, who I might add is already a millionaire after being on this earth for just 3 days. Now, let's talk about the fact that Black Panther is already punching through the roof with ticket sales, even though there is still a whole week to go before the film is officially released into theaters. According to CNN News Source, advanced ticket sales on Fandango are already surpassing all other superhero films. I have to say this movie looks really action-packed, and I can't wait to see it. If you guys go to see the amazing movie, #UIWtv, and tell us what you think. You never know, you might be mentioned in our next broadcast. Well, Cardinals, that's all for today. For upcoming events, go to uiw.edu/newsletter. Until then, stay tuned for weather with Jillian Gousset. Till next time, I'm your host, Emily Escobar.
Good afternoon, Cardinals. I'm meteorologist Jillian Goosey. We're taking a live look outside of our camera here at the University of Incarnate Word. So not much sun today, but that's going to change as we move on to the afternoon. So currently 36 degrees. We have a wind coming in from the north at 9 miles an hour, which is keeping us fairly chilly. So the Futurecast, how can I plan my weekend and the rest of this work week and this awesome Friday? So we have this cold front that's just sitting to the north of us tomorrow afternoon. That is going to move through our area, but if you look down at the coast, you see this white, and what this white is this clouds. So these clouds are going to move into our area again tomorrow night into Saturday as this low moves up the coast. As you can see, New Orleans and even all the way to Atlanta are going to see some pretty good amount of rain, but for us it just looks like to be some clouds and bringing that humidity back because it's going to be very wet and sticky outside before this cold front arrives. So temperatures here in the state of Texas, 33 in Amarillo, 37 in El Paso, 45 in Corpus Christi, and 48 in Brownsville. So those are hot spots here in Texas, even though it doesn't look too hot. But San Antonio coming in at 36, but areas around San Antonio. So up here in the Hill Country coming in at 36, Del Rio 40, and even off to the eastern zone we have 39 in Kearney, and 40 in Moulton. So forecast highs today. How is it going to warm up? The sun is going to come out, which is going to let our temperatures rise a little bit. So 60 here in San Antonio, 63 in Hondo, 61 in Kerrville. So 7-day forecast. Make sure you don't put away those umbrellas just yet, because we do have rain chances all the way until Wednesday. But today we're going to top out at 60, Friday 66, and then 73 on Saturday. So this is when we're going to warm up. And that cold front's going to move through, and we're going to drop down to 50 on Sunday. We still have those rain chances again. Don't put away your jackets just yet, because we are still going to be fairly chilly for this time of year. But thank you for watching me. I'm meteorologist Jillian Goosey, and that was your Cardinal weather.
Hey Cardinal fans, I'm Gabrielle Estrada, and thanks for joining me for today's broadcast, where we give you the rundown on all the latest UIW sports news here and on campus. The big game was this past Sunday, and the world witnessed the Philadelphia Eagles upset the New England Patriots with a 41-33 win. This was the Eagles' first Super Bowl win in franchise history. The Eagles quarterback Nick Foles was named MVP of the game after scoring 3 touchdowns, including 1 receiving touchdown. In campus news, new football coach Eric Morris announced his first sign-in class at a press conference yesterday at the Student Engagement Center.
Excited about everything we have going on here. Our coaches have worked extremely hard, like I talked about earlier, extremely proud of them. And I think this is a foundation that we're going to build upon, and in a couple of years we'll look back and say, wow, that was an incredibly good first class, and they're going to win a lot of games for us here at UIW.
The Cardinals expect to sign approximately 20 new student athletes to National Letter of Intent for this upcoming season. Hopefully these new players will improve our team in the upcoming years. Madison Aguiar was able to attend a lecture with the first female host of SiriusXM ESPNU Radio.
On Monday, January 29th, UIW Athletics hosted a motivational speaker in the Convocation Center for all students looking to fulfill their dreams.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. There will be something in life, whether it's your sports career, whether it's something personal, whether it's your professional career when you get out of school, that does not come easy.
So, why are you here today exactly?
To change lives, to affect one life, maybe, hopefully, one is the hope, and the hope that somebody carries this with them for the rest of their life, that I changed their life tonight. And judging from the people that stayed afterwards and told me heartfelt stories, there were many more than one, but I'm after lives changed. I think women, for example, in the radio, I think women have, we've infiltrated so many, different roles in sportscasting, from sideline reporting to host to writers. I talk to a lot of women, more female writers. I think, a lot of women are traditionally going for that sideline role, and there's so many more roles that you can do, and you truly have to understand and love sports to be able to talk sports on the radio for 3 or 4 hours. You have to study it and know it and love it. It applies to everybody. I call young men, older men, young men, older women of all ages, women and men of all ages, to be kings and queens. And that is to live your life at a different level, to live your life in a different way. Hey, this is Rachel Barbeau. I'm the founder of Changing the Narrative. If you want more information on how to be a king, how to be a queen, how to affect your world, your community, your school, go to I'mChangingTheNarrative.com. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Rachel. This is Madison Aguiar for UIWtv Sports.
Thanks, Maddie. It's great to see women being represented in the sports media world. Baseball and softball seasons are right around the corner. The baseball team will start off with a series at home versus North Dakota State Friday, February 16th, and the softball team begin their season with a round-robin tournament in Austin, Texas on February 9th. Here's what the new softball coach, Joe DiPietro, has to say about this upcoming season.
You open up next weekend. I believe you've got 5 games in Austin, a brutal non-conference schedule. Preview those games for us and tell the fans what you want to accomplish to get out of a non-conference schedule.
Well, it's a tough way to open a season, especially for a team that came off a year that they had here last year. I don't know if I would have done the schedule exactly the same way, but this is the schedule I had, and we're going to play it. And we're going to go out and we're going to compete. We talked to the girls yesterday about this a little bit. If we're keeping score, we're going to have to win. And it doesn't matter if it's Texas, Baylor, Florida, or UCLA. It doesn't matter. And I think they are starting to understand that where we're trying to go. So, you know, I know a lot of people say, well, you know, if you lose to Texas 2-0 or 2-1, that's a good thing and I have the girls believing that that's not a good thing because you're still lost. It doesn't matter if it's 22-1 or 2-1, you're still lost. So I'm trying to get them to understand that regardless of who we're playing to win. So we're going there to win. We're not going there to be 0-5 and everybody, you know, the fans telling us, oh, well, that's a good job because you play close with everyone. That's not what we're doing.
Good luck tomorrow, girls. I'm excited to see how the teams do this season. Coming up this weekend in sports, UIW is hosting a synchronized swimming meet in the natatorium tomorrow beginning at 7 p.m. and the event will start up again Saturday morning at 11:30. Also tomorrow, women's tennis is competing against Louisiana Lafayette here at the UIW tennis courts beginning at 11 a.m. Lastly, tomorrow the track and field team will be traveling to Houston to compete in the Howie Ryan Invitational. Good luck to all of our student athletes this weekend. That's all we have for you today for UIWtv Sports. I'm Gabriela Estrada, and until next time, let's go Cards.
Thanks for tuning in to our broadcast today. Keep up with what's going on at UIWtv by following our Instagram and Twitter and liking us on Facebook.
Be sure to tune in 2 weeks from now to watch our next live broadcast. I'm Nina Leyva.
And I'm Kathleen Sundin. Signing off.